Hello there, I'm Chaz Marler from Pair of Dice Paradise. I've been thinking about the legacy genre of games, which was introduced fairly recently into the gaming world. For those unfamiliar with this tabletop category, a legacy-style game is one where a unique continuity is created over the course of several play sessions of a game by introducing changes that are going to permanently alter the game's rules and modify its components with no turning back. You're going to rip up cards, you're going to mark on the board with markers, you're going to paste in new rules in the rule book. By the end of the game, it's completely original, just tailored for your game group and your experience. Several legacy-style games have been produced to date, starting with the original Risk Legacy, followed by Pandemic Legacy, Seafall, and Charterstone. And 3 of these 4 games were designed by board game design veteran Rob Daviau. And several days ago, another Rob Daviau designed legacy game was revealed to add to the list when it was announced that he would be developing a legacy version of the story-driven horror game Betrayal at House on the Hill. Well, this version of the game, currently scheduled for a late 2018 release, starts with that same old Betrayal at House on the Hill's original concept of a cooperative investigation that triggers a betrayal by one of the players at some point, pitting the remaining investigators against the player-turned-villain, but then adds in legacy elements. And while the legacy genre is one of my favorite recent innovations in board game design, I gotta admit, I have my reservations about a legacy version of Betrayal at House on the Hill. Here's why. Risk Legacy, Pandemic Legacy, and Charterstone succeeded in part because they start with a game engine that's relatively simple, well-known, or both. The legacy system then builds upon that simple core game, introducing new rules and wrinkles over time as new content is unlocked. And, in my opinion, Seafall by comparison failed because the game that it started with was an original, comparatively complex one. There was a lot of game to learn even before adding the legacy twists introduced throughout the multiple gameplay sessions. And is Betrayal at House on the Hill simple enough to successfully receive the legacy treatment? The game is fantastic fun, but it can be notoriously fiddly, especially in certain storylines. Additionally, Betrayal at House on the Hill is a story-driven game. Would a legacy system's evolving rule set interfere with the variety and versatility of incredible scenarios from the original version? I don't know. But I'm wondering if the legacy approach is best applied to a very specific type of game. A game with a very simple set of mechanisms at its core that the legacy system can then build onto while constructing the story, not the other way around. But what do you think? Is there a certain type of game that naturally lends itself to the legacy environment? Or are there others that are incompatible with the legacy treatment? Are you looking forward to, or also concerned about, the upcoming legacy version of Betrayal at House on the Hill? I'm still finishing it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Another Rob Daviau designed legacy game was revealed to be added to the list when it's announced that it would be of a cooperative investigation that triggers a betrayal by one of the players at some point, and then you don't take a breath and you're sitting here just talking forever and it doesn't work very well. Is there a certain type of game that naturally lends itself to the legacy environment? Or was this script written by seals?